Everyone, my name is Eric Gros-Dubois. I'm an estate planning attorney in Coral Gables, Florida, and I'm proud to be a board member of the Coral Gables Community Foundation, and I'm here to hopefully give some knowledge about an estate planning, and most importantly, how to make charitable bequests. So first, some vocabulary. So when we are talking about somebody's estate, what we're talking about are all of their assets that are either going to pass through a will or through a trust or through a court if they pass away. Now, it's a little weird to talk about our estate while we're still alive, but a little planning goes a long way. So let's do a little bit more vocabulary. We've all heard of a last will and testament. So a last will and testament is a written document. In this will, we're going to actually detail where we want to have our assets after we pass away. So if we want something to go to a cousin or to a friend or to a university or to a foundation, we would write that in our will. So if we don't have a will, then that is called intestate. So if we pass away and we don't have a will, then if we have any assets that need to be passed on, we're going to have to go through a court. Now that process is called probate, meaning there is a special court right downtown, and there is a probate court with a probate judge, and they will take either our will, that's called a testate estate, or if we don't have a will, the intestate estate. Now, what happens if you don't have a will? There is a statute in every state where it says, and it's based on your genealogy. Are you married? Do you have kids? Are your parents still alive? And based on your genealogy, your assets will then pass automatically. And believe it or not, if going back enough generations, they can't find any relatives, everything you own will end up going to the state. Now, what's the main downside of having an intestate estate, meaning we don't have a will? What happens is we can't make any gifts. So our cousins, our friends, our universities, our foundations, our charities of choice, we can't make any gifts to those people or to those organizations. So a good alternative to a will is a trust. Now what we do in most situations is what's called a living revocable trust. Now living because I'm alive while I make it. Now we can create trusts in a will, that's called a testamentary trust. So in the will, it can say, after I die, I would like a trust to be created. And that is the testamentary trust. Now, it's much better, in my opinion, to do the living trust because you can set it up while you're alive. We make them revocable because things can change. Maybe we want to add people, take people away. Maybe we have a falling out with somebody. If we make an irrevocable trust, then everything's set in stone, and we are stuck with whoever the beneficiaries are and whoever the trustees are that we put in writing. So the real benefit of a trust is that we can leave detailed instructions, and if we do it right, we can avoid the court process. So the main advantage is while we're still alive, we do estate planning, we create a trust, and in that trust, we can do what are called bequests. So a bequest, I'll use my life and my trust as a perfect example. So the way I've established it is my trust now is the owner of all of my assets. So it's the owner of my home and it's the beneficiary of all of my financial assets. So if I pass away, then there are instructions that I've already filled out. It's a form with your financial advisor or with your bank or with your financial institution where the beneficiary, if I pass, of my financial accounts is my trust. So then the successor trustee, who happens to be one of my friends, is going to look at my trust document after I pass away, and he will see who I want to take care of. So first, I've set aside some money to take care of my mother for her health needs. Now, I'm very specific. I want it for her health needs. Number two, my little sister for her health needs. Number three, I've created a pet trust for all of my pets, which basically means I've given a certain amount of money to the person that I believe will take the best care of them with instructions that they're supposed to use that money to take care of my pets. It's very popular, a pet trust. And number four, I've set out a series of charities and organizations, and most importantly, the Coral Gables Community Foundation, where I have instructions for specifically amounts of assets. Now, for example, my father passed away from cancer, so I believe in the American Cancer Society. I'm a big animal lover, so the American Humane Society. And then I believe in the mission of the Coral Gables Community Foundation, and so I've given a sizable amount of money for them to not only manage, but then to spend as they see fit. And that is called a charitable bequest. It can be included in a will. In my case, it's included in a trust. And the idea is that I'm making a gift to charity in the future. Once again, thank you very much, everyone. My name is Eric Gros-Dubois, estate planning attorney and also proud board member of the Coral Gables Community Foundation. I hope that all of you will consider making charitable bequests or charitable giving, if you want to do it in the present time, to the Coral Gables Community Foundation. Thank you so much.